and welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah, and today we're going to be balancing my bookshelves for July. So in case you don't know what balancing your bookshelves means, it means that I'm going to take the number of physical books that I own that I have not read, so my physical TBR from the start of July. Then I'm going to add the books that I received through the month of July and subtract the books that I read throughout the month of July. And then we're gonna end on my new physical TBR number. And obviously the goal is to lower that so I can get through my physical TBR. But I'm gonna warn you, this month was not great because the end of June was my birthday. I received lots of Indigo gift cards and I did some damage. So I have my July 2025 list. I keep track throughout the month of what I read, what I get and stuff. And yeah, we filled up a whole page for July. By the way, a lot of the books that I got in July, I haven't done an official book haul video for. So in that video, I'm going to talk about the books more and show you them more. In these videos, it's just more like quickly showing you. So just so you are aware. So first, I received a few books at the start of July, and by received, I mean bought. So I got a special edition of Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. I forget who this is by, who made this, but it is a stunning edition in a slipcase. Once again, I'll show you more in the book haul. But this is one I had pre-ordered like months ago and finally got it at the start of the month. I also got the Baby Dragon Cafe. I've also pre-ordered the sequel to this, but it's so cute. And then I got House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski for $9. And this is like a crazy book. I'm really excited about this one. So after getting those 3 books, we are at, oh shoot, I forgot to tell you where we started. So at the beginning of July, my physical TBR started at 478 books. Yes, that is a lot, but I do like having a lot of books on my shelves. It's my library. So we started at 478, and those 3 books were actually gonna go up 2 to 480 because Bury Our Bones is a special edition, and I already own it physically and have already read it. Also, my shirt keeps falling down there. It's supposed to stay up, but it's just not. And next on my list, I was actually able to knock out 3 books from my physical TBR. So I am going in order throughout the month. So the first book I finished was One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, an amazing gothic romantasy. Then I finally finished the 4th book in the Chestnut Springs series, Reckless by L.C. Silver. This is the 4th book, yeah, in the Chestnut Springs cowboy romance. And I also read Carrie Soto Is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is a contemporary fiction, not really lit fic, about a famous tennis player in like the 80s and 90s. A lot of fun. So after reading those 3, what is on my finger? Guys, there's paper towel stuck to my nail. Oh God. Okay, we're good. I don't know how that happened. Okay, well, anyways, we can subtract those 3 books from my physical TBR. So that brings us down to 477. And then here's where it gets bad, because at this point in the month, I went on my big birthday shopping spree, which it's not a vlog. That haul is already up on my channel. It's one of the last videos that I posted. So if you want to see the haul for these next books, you can. So because the vlog's already up, I'll just quickly show you. I got The Legend of the Return by Patricia A. McDonald, which is a new standalone fantasy, which is cool. I got Long Live Evil by Sarah Reese Brennan. I got the first book in the Zodiac Academy by Carolyn Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. Continue to hear just so much about this series, and I really want to get into it at some point. It's on Kindle Unlimited, so I'll probably read it on there. I also got the Songbird and the Heart of Stone by Carissa Broadbent, a Crowns of Nyaxia novel. This is the second book. No, the first book in a duology and the third book in kind of like an overall series, I guess you could say. They're fantasies with vampires. They're a lot of fun. I also got Phantom by H.D. Carlton. This is a prequel to the Hunting Adeline duology dark romance series. Okay, second half of my birthday haul, I picked up Holding the Reins, Paisley Hope, the opposite to the last one. This is a fluffy, I think still spicy though, cowboy romance. This is the first one in what am I trying to say? The first book in an interconnected standalone series. I also picked up Butter by Asako Yuzuki. It's a Japanese translated novel. It's a crime novel. It sounds so good. Then I picked up a few YA novels. Firstly, Lore by Alexandra Bracken, which is like a Greek mythology fantasy. So excited for this one. I also picked up Fable for the End of the World by Ava Reed, a new dystopian by her. And then a contemporary dystopian, All Better Now by Neil Shusterman. So excited for this one. So those are all my birthday ones, but around the same time, I also got The Devils by Joe Abercrombie from, what is it called? Aardvark Book Club. I had a credit with them, so I used it to get this. Now, all of those books adding on to my TBR, we are now at 488 books. Not doing well. But luckily, then I finished another couple books. I completed Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig, which is the sequel to One Dark Window. So I completed this duology. Loved it, by the way. I also read a heartbreaking but beautiful book, The Nightingale, finally, by Kristen Hanna, a really popular historical fantasy about World War II. And then after reading those two, that brings us back down to 488. But then, of course, I picked up some more books. I had some pre-orders come in, so let me show you those quick. I had pre-ordered, who knows, I think I pre-ordered this book last year, A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping by Sangu Mandana. These next ones haven't been in a haul yet, but this is the sequel to The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, which is a beautiful novel, and I'm so excited to read this in like September, October. Next, a friend of my mom's gave me this after she completed it. It is One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. I have Meet Me at the Lake by her as well. I don't know if you can see it there. I know they're all interconnected standalones. I don't know what order they go in though, but apparently I'm slowly collecting them. I haven't read anything by her yet. I've heard good things, but also some mixed things, so who knows. I then got from Illumicrate, the Illumicrate exclusive version of A Treachery of Swans by A.B. Poranek, which was the May or June fantasy book of theirs, which is a fantasy, and I think it's a Swan Lake retelling, which would be really fun. I haven't opened it up yet. I'm going to open it up in my ASMR haul because it is a stunning edition. I then received, which I was not expecting at all, some publisher mail from Source Books, and they sent me Neon Gods by Katie Roberts, which is the first book in a, I think, dark romance fantasy series. And they also sent me an ARC copy of her newest book, Learn My Lesson, which is so exciting. And this is the second book in a series, so I have to go get the first book, but so grateful that these were sent to me. And now adding on those 5 books, that brings us up to 491 books on my physical TBR, but we're gonna drop back down 1 to 490 because in July I also read the first Assassin's Creed novel, Renaissance by Oliver Bowden. So Assassin's Creed is a very popular game series. They have so many games. They started back in like 2008 or something, and there are, excuse me, there are also books based off of the games, and my boyfriend got them for me because he wanted me to read them. So I finally read the first one, and it was a lot of fun. So we can take this off of my list. Okay, so yeah, that brings us to 490, but we're not quite done because I went through my shelves, I pulled out some books that I no longer want on my shelves, pretty much. So there is going to be an upcoming book unhaul, but I removed 12 books that I'm going to be giving away. One of them is a special edition, so we're going to subtract 11, which brings us to 479 books currently on my physical TBR. So we started at 478, we ended up 479. So we did go up by one, but to be honest, because of like my birthday book haul and all that, I was expecting it to be a lot worse. So yeah. Let me know if you have read any of the books either that I read in July or that I picked up in July in the comments below. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not, and turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload. Go take care of yourself, and I hope to see you in the next one.